Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Ace Combat reaction. Today we have the third one in the trilogy that was given to me by Spinrift in the executive producer queue, and this is Hero of Comberth Harbor. I've already re-listened to Alicorn and the prior song, so I'm aware that this trilogy has taken place all together. Got that clarification from Spinrift because I couldn't remember in the last video. So here we are, ready to finish off this very long journey. He requested these back in like September last year, mind you, so like he's been waiting a while for me to finally get to all these, and I'm finally here at the last one. So I guess without further ado and further delay, let's go. Oh, well, that got sinister. The last one was more hopeful than this, a little bit more intense. This one is like intense in a different way. It's giving giant enemy spider vibes. I don't know if I like it. It's really setting that atmosphere, though. Same vocal motif, all right. Definitely a different key entirely. Oh. This is a very different approach. Sorry, I'm not saying much. I'm just getting so focused. So this one's kind of changing the structure of the song. Like it's going up and then dipping it back into a minor. It's definitely one way to make it sound more intimidating. Lots of sliding movement on those strings. This one's a lot more hectic. Yo. This isn't your average everyday fear. This is advanced fear. This is stress. Bro just pulled a John Williams. What the hell was that? Like, not even a joke here. Kobayashi threw out an entire Duel of the Fates in this song. The way it's structured felt so similar to John Williams' work. I'm really doubting that it wasn't an inspiration. This is so much more intense. Like I said in the reaction, this is very much like an advanced sort of anxiety, an advanced sort of fear. The other two songs prior to this, they had their tension. They had their pressure, but it was more of like an uplifting sort of hopeful back end to it. It made you feel like there was still a chance, and in this one you're met with like the actual reality of the situation. At least in my interpretation of this, that's what that feels like. This feels like the third unexpected form that you haven't fought of a final boss. Like this is the oh shit, it's real, this is the no turning back point, and we have to win this or the world is gone, which I am assuming assuming that Ace Combat isn't just a plain simulator and it actually has some war elements where you have to fight an opposition of some sort. I don't know much about the game. Like, for real, it could just be a plain simulator, but I really doubt it. I am very aware that there are some actual, like, military things happening in the game. I just don't know to what extent or to who. Like, I don't know what the story is or what it's following. So when I hear songs like this, I'm like, oh, this is like the two world superpowers clashing. This is World War II in the air. Like, that's kind of the energy I'm getting. This is the turning point of the last moment they have to fix whatever's going down, and they're not sure if they're going to be able to. That stress is absolutely palpable here, and it does it so well. And that's why I kind of believe they got inspired by John Williams' work, just based on how the strings were patterned. They were using the same sort of sweeps and slides that he was using in Duel of the Fates and a few other battle songs within the Star Wars universe, as well as just the overall energy of this song having that tension in there. I think it actually might have been in the same key, even, at least at one point might have slipped into the same key as Duel of the Fates, because it was really close there at the end especially, so my brain is just not able to let go of that comparison. And honestly, I think they should find that as a compliment, because if you're able to take that level of work and adapt it to something else and still make it sound original enough that I wasn't able to immediately clock it as a clone or a copycat, that's just a great musician. Somebody who's able to take an inspiration, maybe just tonally, maybe they were like, hey, I want this sort of feeling, let's use this as an example track and then work from that energy. That's a really good musician, somebody who can take that sort of direction from the team behind the music and go, hey, we need this, can you make this? Here's an example of what we want, and they're like, oh, you want this? I got you, and are able to do something original. So again, that's a compliment as far as I am aware, because that takes some mad skill to be able to take an inspiration track and still make it feel like it's its own original story with its own original characters. And while it might feel kind of like the other one and you can easily compare them, they definitely don't sound like an exact copycat. So really good work there. Kobayashi absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one, and I can definitely see how it fits in. Obviously, like I brought up the motif being brought back in for the vocal line, and there was some other stuff in there that felt kind of similar, but I'm pretty sure we were in a completely different key, so a lot of that is going to kind of be lost just based on that. The notes aren't going to be exactly the same, because you can't hit the same notes if they're going to clash that heavy against another key. That gets into nerdy shit though, so I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you all so very much for watching. Thank you, Spinriff, for throwing these three at me. It's really fun to hear songs in a set like this and be able to understand them as a story, so that's always a good time, and I love when I can actually hear the evolution of the tale being told instead of just three individual tracks that are kind of vaguely related. This had a clear beginning, middle, and end. That whole evolution was pretty clear all the way through, and this final one definitely sounded like the last chance. So total props to the composer there, and of course I will have more from this game to come, because, I mean, Spinrift isn't done yet. I still have a few in the queue from Spinrift for this game, so I'm sure I'll be back guaranteed. So if you have any songs you want me to get to and you want to guarantee them as well, just like Spinrift has, there's the YouTube memberships you can join, or there's the Patreon you can join. There's a tier that allows you to guarantee a request out of me, even though it might take some time sometimes. I will definitely get to it. That is guaranteed after all. And of course, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for other stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!